Media stakeholders drawn from across the country converged to mark the World Press Freedom Day, taking the chance to take stock of the sector's performance. A report by the Paris-based Reporters Without Borders ranks Kenya at position 96 out of 180 countries listed in the 2018 World Press Freedom Index.
We've seen a tendency where, because the courts have been able to fairly implement the provision of the Constitution, we've seen government forces trying to put some controlling clauses within the criminal law. And it tells us that the fight is not over in terms of securing these freedoms. And for us as a guild, all we have to urge is that every stakeholder on media freedom has to remain vigilant and has to do what it takes to make sure that these freedoms, now that they're secure in the Constitution, remain so.
According to the study, attacks by security forces, the public, as well as intimidation from the political class has only acted to erode gains made over the years.
The only time we have media and government is engaging is during a press conference and an event, that we should have a continuous discussion and engagement, such that, like, for example, when the government sets out its agenda, the president set his Big Four agenda and all that, we should then have a program of how the media is going to report and engage with the public.
Stakeholders attending the meeting advocating for constant communication between state actors and the media to remedy the hostile relationship between the two. A report by research firm Ipsos conducted among 2003 respondents indicate that 11% of Kenyans have questions over the independence of the Kenyan media, as opposed to 43% who thinks the Kenyan media is independent. 38% of the population thinks that the media is somehow independent, while 7% of the respondents had no response. The report conducted in March this year further reveals that 44% of Kenyans remain confident with the Kenyan media, with 10% expressing their dissatisfaction over the performance of the media.